English proverbs and Korean sayings 5. Every cock crows in its own dunghill. Every cock crows in its own dunghill. Every dog has his day. Every dog has his day. Every excess becomes a vice. Every excess becomes a vice. Every fish that escapes appears greater than it is. Every fish that escapes appears greater than it is. Every fox must pay his skin to the furrier. Every fox must pay his skin to the furrier. Every jack has his Jill. Every jack has his Jill. Even Homer sometimes nods. Even Homer sometimes nods. Every little helps. Every little helps. Every man for himself, and God for us all. Every man for himself, and God for us all. Every man has his faults. Every man has his faults. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Every man knows his own business best. Every man knows his own business best. Every man to his taste. Every man to his taste. Everyone to his trade. Everyone to his trade. Every slip is not a fall. Every slip is not a fall. Every tub must stand on its own bottom. Every tub must stand on its own bottom. Everybody's business is nobody's business. Everybody's business is nobody's business. Everyone has a skeleton in his closet. Everyone has a skeleton in his closet. Everything comes to him who waits. Everything comes to him who waits. Everything has its drawback. Everything has its drawback. Everything has its seed. Everything has its seed. Example is better than precept. Example is better than precept. Exchange is no robbery. Exchange is no robbery. Experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. Experience is the mother of wisdom. Experience is the mother of wisdom. Extremes meet. Extremes meet. Faint heart never won fair lady. Faint heart never won fair lady. Fair words break no bones or butter no parsnips. Fair words break no bones or butter no parsnips. Faith will move mountains. Faith will move mountains. Familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt. Far from Jupiter, far from thunder. Far from Jupiter, far from thunder. Fast bind, fast find. Fast bind, fast find. Fat sorrow is better than lean sorrow. Fat sorrow is better than lean sorrow. Fear of death is worse than death itself. Fear of death is worse than death itself. Feed a cold and starve a fever. Feed a cold and starve a fever. Find a woman without an excuse. Find a woman without an excuse. Fine feathers make fine birds. Fine feathers make fine birds. Fine feathers do not make fine birds. Fine feathers do not make fine birds. Fine words butter no parsnips. Fine words butter no parsnips. First catch your hare and cook it. First catch your hare and cook it. First come, first served. First come, first served. Fish and guests smell in 3 days. Fish and guests smell in 3 days. Fools and madmen speak the truth. Fools and madmen speak the truth. Fools are wise after the event. Fools are wise after the event. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Forewarned, forearmed. Forewarned, forearmed. Fortune gives too much to many people, but to none enough. Fortune gives too much to many people, but to none enough. Fortune knocks once at every man's door. Fortune knocks once at every man's door. Genius without education is like silver in the moon. Genius without education is like silver in the moon. Gentle in manner, but resolute in action. Gentle in manner, but resolute in action.